Hello and welcome back to part 2 of Good Morning Pattaya, where we have a look at some of the best clips that I can find on the web. And as usual, here is my co-host, Mr. Jason Rupp.
Good to be with you, Nick. Let's see some videos.
Nice to see you. I see you've gone smooth since I last saw you.
I thought I'd go back in time, look a little bit younger.
Yeah.
I really felt like I was getting old.
Yeah. I know the feeling, but no, that's looking good. Like in sideburns, pointy head.
I felt bad. I'd taken so long to grow this beard.
Yeah.
So I just kept a little bit on the side here.
Well, yeah, if you've gone to all that effort, then I guess to get rid of all of it would be like, why did I do it in the first place?
I'm such a pack rat on facial hair, I just save it.
Ew.
I get that from my mom.
Not all your bodily parts that fall off, I hope.
Keep your dreams to yourself, Nick, okay?
Just keep them down. So we're getting to the end of April, but April, of course, is known for April Fool's Day.
Oh, it's so much fun on that day. I love that day.
Are you a bit of a prankster?
Well, I didn't really do anything in real life, but I just did a Facebook prank.
Oh, yeah?
That's pretty common, though. We put one on our status.
Yeah. Which one did you do?
Well, I said that I won the Thai lottery, and that everyone's invited to Pattaya, and I'm throwing a big party. Open bar on me, and dancing girls are going to be there.
Nice one. Did anyone fall for it?
And I said RSVP here if you want to come. A lot of people RSVP'd, really. They're all excited. I even got one message. He wanted me to help invest my money.
One born every minute, as they say.
It was great.
So, well, that's good. Nice, cheap one. But quite a lot of the companies get in on the act these days, and they spend rather a lot more money when they're doing some of their April Fool's pranks. So let's have a look at what Honda did to celebrate April Fool's Day.
I guess we're what you would call tinkerers. Yeah.
We consider ourselves part of the whole handcrafted movement. Our generation gets lumped into being technology everything. Like, we want it right now. Everything's at our fingertips. But there's something cool about making it ourselves with our own fingertips. Like, we make homemade kombucha.
Right.
This is my handmade yarn collection. I collect sheep's wool from around the world. This one is from España.
Very excited about this project here. Tubes and fuses, obviously blown out from 1940s, 50s, and 60s amplifiers, planning to make sort of like a collage of my mother's face, so that's very exciting.
That's what I really love, that Honda takes the idea of handcrafted to the new fit. What better way to have a personal connection with an object than to just build it piece by piece?
Yeah.
Honda's build and price website, it's a nice way to pick your features, but you're not really building, you're just
clicking.
You're just clicking, yeah.
After you pay, sign all the liability waivers and everything.
Right, yeah.
It comes in boxes in like 2 days.
I mean, it's just like our organic produce, just like a lot more boxes.
Substantially more.
There's a lot more. The idea of handcrafting a car can seem daunting, but it's reassuring to know that you're working with quality Honda parts. I mean, even if your fit kit comes to you with over 180,000 individual pieces.
She always tells me, this is your world. Craft it, or someone else will. That really stayed with me.
That's ridiculous, just the idea of making your own car. I don't even really understand those people who want to make their own airplanes and actually fly in that thing.
Yeah, I know they can do those things. But it's only today that cars have got so complicated that the whole idea is laughable at building your own ones. Because my dad actually built a car when he was 13. Yeah, they were a lot.
13?
Yeah, that was when he built his first car from
God.
bits and pieces. Because they were a lot simpler in those days. But now, as they want 180,000 something parts or something that go into a car.
Yeah, if you want to be able to fix your own car, you got to buy a second-hand one that's old.
Yeah.
Then you can fix it. Like something like Well, how old are you?
Yeah, no, but cars have changed a lot. I mean, my dad was he was a mechanic all of his life, and at the start of his career, there was, cars went wrong all the time. You just get a hammer out and bash something and it starts working. But these days, it's all computerized, so if something goes wrong, it really goes wrong.
Oh,
and
big time.
You just have to replace
the whole
everything.
thing almost.
Exactly. So,
Oh, jeez.
So it
How
doesn't...
about with the Prius, replacing those batteries?
Oh yeah. I can imagine with those. I still think it'll be a while before electric cars take off because even these LPG. These, I know it's quite popular in Thailand, but the tanks only seem to last for a few hundred kilometers, and then you got to queue forever to put one. You might
Yes.
save a bit of cash, but I'm definitely not tempted to go to one of those.
A lot of people don't realize that all the taxis are basically using LPG or NGV. That's why they're so cheap.
I know, because every time they take me to the airport, I have to stop to fill up, and that's like adds another half hour to the journey time, so I'm not very happy.
Why do they always plan to do that after they pick us up?
Exactly.
Then they want to stop and get more gas.
Exactly. It's like, I'm in a hurry.
Why not do that before picking us up? Oh my.
I don't know. We'll
Wow.
never know. But anyway, back to the April Fools and another American company. Actually, the last one was Japanese, but yeah, it's an American ad. But this one is from a genuine American company, and it's Samuel Adams, the brewery. This is what they did as a special April Fool's Day prank.
Hi, I'm Jim Cook, brewer and founder of Samuel Adams, and I'm excited to introduce you to a radical, extreme new beer that leverages the wonderful properties of helium. Infusing beer with helium has an amazing impact on the beer. Couple this with the lighter mouthfeel, and you've got a beer unlike any you've ever tasted.
The caramel flavors that are usually restrained in this style come through with a clean, biscuity character. What is usually a moderate, even suppressed character from the hops comes through with floral, grassy, herbal, piney, citrusy notes all the way to the end. Its slightly dry, ultra smooth finish leaves you craving another sip. So who wants some of our new Helium Ale? I do! Got good clarity, good mouthfeel. I really like the bitterness on the back end.
It's really malty and delicious. Wow, this is a really amazing beer. I just can't believe the biscuit notes I'm getting off of this.
The helium experience is too much.
Cheers!
Cheers! I'm pretty lightheaded now.
So, would you be interested in a pint of Sam Adams Helium?
I'm a big Sam Adams fan, actually. That's one
Okay.
thing I really miss about being in the U.S. is having Sam Adams beer available.
Because I mean, America doesn't have a very good reputation for beer, and Britain has a very bad one as well. But Samuel Adams, that's one of the good ones, isn't it?
It's one of the really good ones, and it's reasonable priced, and it's from Boston.
Okay.
So I'm from New York, and it's not far away. So
Right.
we love Sam Adams around anywhere in the New England area.
Yeah, I can imagine they've had longer to perfect the art, I would imagine, on the East Coast. But I know that these microbreweries are now getting very popular. I've got friends in the States who
they're really popular in the US now.
Microbrews, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw some statistics about the industries going up. There's a lot of them, and they're doing better and better and better, and they're taking market share away from the big guys.
Oh, you get good beers. And in the US, there's sort of a renaissance where we like fresh food again.
Right.
Where we didn't used to like fresh food for many, many years. decades.
I was going to say.
But now we like fresh beer too, and it's really good stuff, and it's not not expensive. It's delicious. I just love being out there. That's one thing I miss about being here in Pattaya is we don't have these microbreweries here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's pretty much just sort of Chang'ol Singer. That's it.
That's about it. Yeah. We just have those few choices.
I can imagine these microbrews and things like Sam Adams are actually pretty good, because I know the generic American brands are just awful, like the Budweiser and Coors and all that stuff doesn't have a very good reputation.
MGD, Coors, Budweiser. They tried to make a sale here by promoting it as some upscale brand.
Yeah.
That was such a laugh for all of us Americans.
Yeah, just like the big mass market brands, they just don't travel terribly well.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah.
How about in UK? What's your beer of choice?
Well, this is the crazy thing. This is one thing that America beats Britain on, because you know that we like our used to like our beer warm, basically, room temperature.
What's up with that?
I don't know. Luckily, this is a generational thing, and it's starting to die out a little bit now. But that was just fun. It's called bitter, and I don't know, and it's flat and it hasn't got a head. Anyway, that seems to be a sort of last generation thing now. Everyone calls them, in England we call it lager. What you call beer, we call lager.
Lager, yeah.
And that's more popular now, and that is finally starting to be served cold, and like if all the same parts of the world drink it. So
well, some of you guys like to drink your stout room temperature, right?
Yeah, that's the way traditional English ale is served at room temperature, and it tastes disgusting. Of course.
I think so too.
Yeah. So
it's still beer though. So it's
still going to get
better than water,
exactly.
Right?
That's at the least it's better than that. That's probably the best that you can say about it.
Totally. But what about cocktails? You like any cocktails?
No. To me, I hate the fact that all I want is something very, very simple, and someone in front of me orders some horribly complicated cocktail. So the barman's going 5 minutes mixing, and it's just give me a beer now. I'm thirsty now. So I'm politically against cocktails for wasting too much barman's time.
Oh, I know. I hate it when people order these very complex drinks. Oh, Midori sour. I want a sex on the beach. You never know if it's going to taste good. Whoever's making it, we don't know.
In the same way that you get supermarkets with these sort of 9 items or less, like express lanes, they should have that in bars. If you want to wait half an hour while someone concocts a cocktail, fine. But believe me, it's just the cap off the bottle. Here's your beer, mate. I want a one line for that alone.
But my choice of drinks has changed here. When I was in the US, my choice of cocktail would always be just a basic vodka cranberry.
Right.
We don't really have cranberry juice here very often, so I can't choose that anymore. Yeah. So it's always something with Coke.
Right. No, it's similar. Vodka apple, that's mine. And,
vodka apple, I love that. That's really good.
Yeah, that's a good combination.
Apple, like apple martini.
Yeah, something like
love
that. That's good. So anyway, on to the April Fool's pranks.
Let's see some more.
Whenever, all around the Pattaya Channel studios, we have turn your phones off, because that's the worst thing you can do when filming. And this also must be really annoying for schools, for the teachers, if they have their pupils, their phones going off. So some of them make some sort of strict punishments in order to embarrass their students when their phone goes off in class. But for this April Fool's Day prank, one of the students got their own back.
Answer it.
Hello? Yes?
Okay, you might want to shut that down.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll call back later. Thank you.
Hey, I want to publicly apologize.
That's okay.
I'm very sorry.
I've been expecting this, and I already know what I'm going to name the baby. The first name will be April, and the middle name will be Fools.
I will treasure that. Because you can't understand the internal relief in April This is good.
Professor. Hey, Professor, say hi to the camera.
That is the best.
So that professor certainly got punked, and unfortunately that's all we've got time for. That was our April Fool's Day roundup. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll be back tomorrow with some more.